She had over 4 million followers, but instead of pursuing brand deals and a lavish lifestyle, she moved to one of the most overlooked villages in Zambia, Mapapa, where she rescued children from child marriages, protected them from predators, and gave over 500 of them a home, food, and an education for free. No one asked her to, she just did it, until one day she was found dead. No clear cause, no answers. Just a single TikTok where she told her followers that there were people who might want to kill her. And the most strange twist? Right after she died, her social media accounts were taken over, already signed by Beast Philanthropy. All this led to one question. Was her death a tragedy or something much more insidious? Her name is Dora Muno Nyambe. Dora began her teaching career in her hometown, the capital of Zambia, Lusaka. But when she saw the suffering of children in the remote village of Mapapa, she moved there and founded Footprints of Hope, a non-profit organization providing meals, education, and homes.
Who's excited? Who's happy?
And what Dora did was no small achievement. In 2023, over 350 students were enrolled at Footprints of Hope, which has a campus that featured dormitories, a library, and a dining hall that serves 3 meals a day. And Dora was more than just a teacher. She fostered over 200 children, making her a parent as well. But she wasn't able to achieve this without help. By sharing her advocacy on TikTok, she gained 4.2 million followers and raised over $450,000.
I am super grateful for each and every one of you for your continuous support, for your love towards the kids. They are an amazing bunch.
But on Christmas Day, these children would suddenly lose their teacher and mother. At just 32 years old, Dora Nyambe passed away, and both the local community and the internet were in shock.
Zambia and the whole world has just lost a beautiful soul.
Dora deserved to get old. She deserved to have a name on buildings. She deserved to have schools, non-profit organizations. She deserved to live. But here we are, a simple headache put her down. That's it.
But it wasn't just the suddenness of Dora's passing that alarmed and angered people. It was the mystery that surrounded it. And over 6 months later, we still don't know why her life was suddenly cut short. As for the little information we do have about her final hours, well, that's only led to more questions. So what do we know about the suspicious circumstances behind Dora's passing? Dora's family and Dora's co-teacher, Mubanga Graves, allegedly spoke with people who last saw her, and they claim this is what happened during her final hours. On December 24th at 11 p.m., Dora was celebrating Christmas Eve at the school with her friends, co-workers, and some students. At that point, she never complained of being sick or feeling ill, Mubanga told a Zambian news outlet. At some point, Dora went back to her room to sleep, but around 2 to 3 a.m., she woke up with excruciating stomach pain. She passed out several times before driving herself to a nearby clinic, alone. Around 2 hours later, her colleagues received a call from the clinic, announcing that she had reached the facility but died a few moments before they could even attend to her. Other than that, they didn't provide a cause of death, only mentioning that she had low blood pressure. Yet when Dora's family received the death certificate, they noticed some glaring red flags in the story the clinic gave Dora's colleagues. For example, there, printed on their certificate, were 3 letters, BID, which stood for Brought In Dead. However, the clinic told her friends that Dora died shortly after reaching the center. And then there was the giant question mark looming over Dora's death, the cause. The clinic didn't have answers, and neither did the certificate, leading many to speculate. How could a seemingly healthy 32-year-old woman just suddenly die moments after driving? Let's go over the leading theories, starting with theory number 1. Dora had private or undiagnosed health issues. While Dora shared a lot about her life, she never mentioned suffering from serious conditions. However, on December 16th, just 9 days before the tragedy, she posted a video with one of her legs in a cast. But how could a leg injury lead to death? One Reddit user had a hunch, commenting, "I'm not an expert by any means, but if she was dealing with a broken leg, possibly she developed a blood clot in her leg, which could lead to pulmonary embolism?" A pulmonary embolism, PE, is caused by a blood clot in the lungs vessels. It often starts in the leg or arm and can block blood flow in the lungs. It can be deadly, with about 33% of people with the condition passing before getting diagnosed. And while rare, trauma like a broken leg can lead to PE, and symptoms sometimes don't appear until days later. These symptoms can include a drop in blood pressure and passing out, both of which Dora experienced. But what about the severe stomach pain the teacher complained about just before her death? Well, this can also happen in some cases of PE. Still, there's no proof her stomach or leg pain caused her death, or if she had any health problems before. And since many conditions can cause symptoms like hers, it's hard to say for sure what happened. What we do know is more people died during the holidays, leading us to theory number 2. Dora's death was an accident. Dora came from a party, so drinking could have been involved, which can increase the risk of accidents. It was also the holidays, a time when hospitals are often understaffed, which researchers believe could explain why more people tend to die during that period. This also might be why Dora wasn't assisted immediately. However, currently, there aren't any other details known about the case to suggest an accident was involved. But while information regarding Dora's passing was scarce, was it possible her social media held the clues to solving this mystery? This brings us to theory number 3, foul play. See, on TikTok, Dora posted videos that exposed the dangers involved in her philanthropy. These posts were titled, "Things That Could Get Me Killed in the Village," and included the generous acts she provided for children such as opening a free school for kids, feeding starving kids, taking sick kids to see a modern doctor, as well as personal choices like adopting kids, fostering kids, rescuing hurt animals, staying unmarried. Under one of the uploads, Dora commented, "I have guards and other protection. I get scared sometimes. I smile because that's me." This made many people assume the worst.
We all know that girl was murdered, right?
So why would Dora's selflessness lead to her demise? Some internet users provided cultural context. "I am Zambian. The village people, specifically older men that wanted to marry young girls, hated Dora. They would call her a witch. Rumor has it she was poisoned. Those people hated seeing Dora do her work, especially that she stopped so many child marriages. Child marriage and SA have been serious issues in Zambia, where over 1,000 girls under the age of 15 are being married every day. This is partly because 29% of girls aged 15 to 19 are pregnant and were pressured to marry because of the stigma against single mothers.
Not too long ago, Mr. Speaker, we learned of a family of 6 where the father was abusing his own children, 4 of them. And there was a clip on a child who's 10 years old, whom he said that had become his second wife. Those have been made, but what is happening is sickening. And it should disturb all of us, because it is beyond laws now.
Dora herself was also a victim of SA, and one of the main reasons she moved to Mapapa village was to protect other women and children from facing the same violence.
There's a lot of ignorance here. It's very remote. A lot of people are not educated. And what usually happens is that the witch doctor tells, they go to a witch doctor because they believe in that more than modern medicine. And then the witch doctor tells them to say, oh, in order for you to be cured, you need to do this to a young girl. And they believe it. And then they go and find their nearest one or the most available one, and then they do it.
Some people even believed that Dora was killed with witchcraft. Even though many quickly dismissed this, poisoning remained a common theory. After all, many substances could cause low blood pressure and stomach pains. And Dora's death on Christmas may not have been a coincidence either. See, 4 years earlier, another tragedy seemed to foreshadow Dora's passing.
Another child advocate who was working out of Zambia with Dora. She was helping the kids who were deaf and blind learn how to read and write and stuff. Her name, Lisa McGarry is her name.
Okay.
She also died 4 years ago to the day.
It's weird.
And she is a Zambian child advocate from America, moved to Zambia to help these kids.
The thing is, Lisa reportedly died of natural causes, but because she was also helping children, there was a dark question of, if foul play was involved, could the alleged killers have timed it to send a message to child advocates? To prove that Dora was murdered, there needed to be suspects. And as it typically goes in mysteries like this, internet users started by pointing fingers at those closest to the victim. As one Reddit user put it, it seems very suspicious on the part of her colleagues and/or close friends who attended the Christmas Eve party. It seems she may have been poisoned there. And while this is pure speculation, it's clear that something isn't adding up. According to Dora's colleagues, she had been passing out, so why would anyone allow her to drive herself to the clinic in this condition? Well, some believe Dora wasn't alone at all. Influencer Lily Mutams posted on Facebook speculating, "I am so sure Dora Muno Nyambe didn't drive herself to the hospital. If Dora died in the house, it would have been police coming there and start investigating. Someone drove her to the hospital and dumped her there. Definitely there is a hitman. Dora was murdered." Dora's rumored last WhatsApp status, which read, "When it's 3 a.m. and you drive yourself to the hospital because we keep blacking out," made Lily even more suspicious. Someone definitely wrote that status for her to make it look like Dora took herself to the hospital. We shall not rest. This is a murder case. But if it was colleagues or friends, why would the people she trusted do this to her? Well, one Reddit user provided potential motives. It could be that someone was envious of her, wanted more pay, or anything. Remember, Dora's initiatives garnered $450,000, and her recent donation drive has been earning thousands more. With Dora gone, they would have more control over this much money. They could have also conspired with the village people who allegedly hated her. Yet, the only way to know whether this was truly foul play was for the post-mortem results to be made public, and that's what the internet was demanding. The Footprints of Hope, which has taken over Dora's social media accounts, responded to the outcry in TikTok post. "We await the family to issue a statement on the matter relating to the post-mortem which was conducted." Dora's family also wrote a message to the public, addressing the allegations that they were benefiting from Dora's death. To social media dwellers who have sought to create an impression that we, as the family of Dora Nyambe, are trying to take possession of any form of property belonging to our deceased beloved or the foundation that she established, we only share the same desire as all well-meaning associates of Dora who wish to see her legacy live on, thereby ensuring that all her works and achievements are accounted for. As for the post-mortem, they stated it's customary for them to make sure that individuals who were present must be able to give account of how the deceased met their end. Upon giving a satisfactory account that is consistent with the findings of the post-mortem, the family will proceed to perform the burial rites and put the deceased to rest. Essentially, after the people who were present at the time of death give an explanation that makes sense or matches the results of the autopsy, then the family can proceed with the burial. And since they had a burial on December 28th,
we want the adopted children to continue learning. Jehovah! Jehovah! It has happened too soon. Why this happening, Lord? The child feeding Jehovah!
It seems that the family found nothing suspicious. While some have continued to demand the autopsy results, others encourage the internet to respect the family's privacy during this time. There was, however, another chilling claim made in the family's public statement. They expressed their displeasure to Dora's friends or friends who allegedly took her phone and other personal items. Her family and other stakeholders made many attempts to have these friends visit them to ensure that Dora's work, the circumstances of her death, and other matters were in order. But instead, they allegedly focused on the social media updates and had a business-as-usual attitude. And so, tensions between Dora's supporters and Footprints of Hope's management remained high, leaving many fearing for the future of the children Dora spent her life trying to protect.
This is so sad that someone of this great vision can just die at a younger age.
I'm pleading with you all in the name of Jesus. Let's safeguard this place for these poor souls. Look at our kids. Look at our babies.
One Instagram user commented, "We need clarification on who is going to take over the organization, because this was obviously planned against her." Another user wrote, "How can we trust anyone now?" And things only got more confusing from here on out. While Footprints of Hope announced they would continue Dora's legacy alongside her friends, family, and students, just days after her death, followers began noticing red flags. On Dora's Instagram, the school posted more updates and promised that 100% of the donations would be used to continue helping the children. But the end of these posts indicated that the message was from Beast Philanthropy, MrBeast's charity organization, instead of Footprints of Hope. Followers and other creators were confused, while others began to speculate that Beast Philanthropy had taken over.
And then right after she died, her social medias were already taken over and signed by Beast Philanthropy.
That's really creepy.
It's very creepy.
However, following posts were all signed by Footprints of Hope. They also thanked the Zambian government for supporting them and Beast Philanthropy for being their main donors. But why did Beast Philanthropy make announcements through Dora's platform in the first place? So it looks like the last video that Dora posted was a collaboration with MrBeast to rebuild a village after it was hit by a devastating storm.
So as of today, this house will no longer be called the boys' house. It will be called the Beast Philanthropy House.
MrBeast even has a rebuilt a village campaign page where he raised over $67,000, which was given to Dora to help the children. But the timing of the collab made Dora's followers suspicious. Posted 2 days before her untimely death? Not suspicious at all. Literally 2 days after Beast Foundation takes over, she's dead? Coincidence? After all, while Beast Philanthropy helped a lot of people, the charity also has critics who have described it as performative, exploitative, and part of a larger scheme to promote MrBeast, a creator who is no stranger to scandal. And while none of the allegations against MrBeast or Beast Philanthropy are as serious as murder, they do suggest a willingness to prioritize clout and profit, sometimes at the expense of ethics. See, according to a class action lawsuit, Amazon and MrBeast allegedly enabled harassment against women and did not provide food and medical care for contestants with conditions and injuries sustained from Beast games. MrBeast has also been under fire for using unethical business tactics, especially on his child audience. Of course, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you want a more in-depth look into MrBeast's controversies, check out our previous deep dive on the YouTuber. For now, let's focus on the current question the internet was grappling with. Was MrBeast the right person to trust with Dora's legacy? Despite giving thousands of dollars to his followers and to charity, many think MrBeast uses kindness for clicks by telling viewers that they could save the world from their sofa. But aside from the engagement this content receives, it also gives MrBeast something many social media stars would kill for: respect. As one user put it, "It was obvious, but nobody liked me saying it, but he gives money away always shielded him from all criticism for some reason." But perhaps the YouTuber wasn't as charitable as he appeared.
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blood.
You pay for my surgery?
Yeah.
Mission Flight is one of the nonprofits that's featured in that video. Our surgeons, our people are performing that work. It only costs us about $2,000 per surgery after consideration of the donated supplies that we received from other organizations. We did 62 surgeries that weekend. That's $124,000. And so we're here to say thank you to MrBeast for how he provided the resources, the money for the surgeries at this clinic.
We didn't get any support from him for anything.
Wait, what?
Mission Flight reached out to MrBeast privately before calling him out. After a series of PR nightmares, MrBeast finally paid the organization $124,000, 2 years after the surgeries. And as one commenter pointed out, $124K 2 years ago is worth $131K today. What a cheapskate. MrBeast claimed he didn't even know about the problem because of miscommunication. However, in our previous video, we've also shown how his production team used CGI to show that he helped more than he actually did. One of these instances was a video where they rebuilt a hospital.
In a remote part of Nepal, this hospital looked like this.
That looks CGI.
Really?
She was right. They added more signs of decay and deleted a whole building to imply that they built it. And viewers were not impressed. Faking philanthropy videos to make you look like a saint is next level evil. If he deceived the audience this way, what else could he be capable of? Clearly, many were hesitant to trust MrBeast and even discouraged others from donating. As can be seen in MrBeast's donation campaign, he previously raised over $67,000 for Dora, but after her passing, he announced future donations would go to Footprints of Hope, which has received significantly less donations at $24,000. As for the ministries and district leaders of the Zambian government who were also supporting Footprints of Hope, well, it looked like the public didn't fully trust them either. After all, according to fans, Dora's social media content was nothing like what it used to be. Going from daily updates from Dora and kids to these edited and well-scripted videos is sketchy. Yes, the new videos almost looked like a politician's campaign video. In fact, in one case, the man being featured was Jito Kayumba, one of the Zambian president's finance and investment advisors. And while he praised Dora, he also highlighted other supporters, including the Zambia president.
The president, through us, has made provisions. We came through with school supplies for the teachers, the pupils, with food and all the different necessities.
And you guessed it.
The famous MrBeast, the world's biggest YouTuber.
For many, the change in the content was undeniable. All of a sudden, this page promotes the president. And so was the hypocrisy. Where were you and the president when Dora was struggling or needed protection? As usual, showing up after she passed so the limelight can be on them. Still, it seemed Footprints of Hope's supporters were dedicated to continuing the work Dora started. For example, one of Dora's unfinished projects was to get a school bus for the children living in the village, which was 45 minutes away from the school. She and her friend Jennifer Manzo even organized a GoFundMe before her death. Hakainde Hichilema, Zambia's president, fulfilled this project a month after Dora's passing, and Footprints of Hope thanked him. But then again, wasn't MrBeast also known for making big promises? In April, Jennifer posted an update on GoFundMe. As many of you know, the president of Zambia has promised a bus to the school, and while we are still waiting for that to be received, I am hopeful. Months later, there still hasn't been any confirmation about the school bus, although it could be taking longer because of official procedures. But aside from the donations and projects, the people are most worried about the children Dora left behind. What's going on with these kids? Who's protecting them? I don't trust these men. This is weird. She would keep most men away from the kids for their safety. If they were working in an area, she would have the kids in another area. Jennifer also addressed these concerns in her update, writing, "Thank you to all of you who have donated over the last few months. Because of you, the children are still safe, fed, clothed, and thriving. With that being said, and with the approval of GFM, we are redirecting some of the funds towards the everyday expenses needed to keep the children safe. You will notice that I've raised the goal of this fundraiser by $16,000. This is to give us more time to find a long-term solution to keep the doors open." One of the latest posts on Dora's social media is another tribute with a professionally made video. This time, however, we finally hear from her students.
The classrooms feel different, the mornings are quieter, and we miss your smile. Even though you are not here with us, your love remains in every lesson we learn, in every laugh we share, and in every step we take towards a brighter future.
Yet, for many, clips like this are even more unsettling. This sounds like she isn't forced to say these words. The fact that they aren't answering anyone's questions and they just keep posting these old videos to distract us is very telling. We want transparency. We need justice for her. But with the well-being of hundreds of children on the line, why hasn't Footprints of Hope, Zambia's government, or MrBeast addressed the allegations? We may never know the full story, and in the absence of answers, the questions only grow louder. While you're here, check out our other video about how a TikToker's life was ruined after giving away their house to a homeless woman. And consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue to create videos like these.